Hey guys, it's me, TOXICFREE. Welcome. I don't know what day it is. I think it's Thursday. So anyway, what I want to talk about today is disarming a narcissist. But before I start, can I just say thank you to everybody that's subscribed to me? And obviously I do have another channel that I've started up. So yeah, thank you to everybody supporting me, and let's get on with it. So, disarming a narcissist. The trouble is with disarming a narcissist is that you can only really do this once you know they are a narcissist. This is not something that we automatically know how to do with just somebody we've just started to see. Or, you know, before you've been through the chaos, the hell, you know, the rabbit hole, the fog, you've been through the whole experience, you come out the other side, you start Googling, you start watching YouTube videos, and then you go, aha! You get the epiphany moment. It's only at that point can you start putting these into action. Before we've been through a narcissist relationship, we don't even know they exist. But once you know, and you've been educated, and you've got out the other side, and you've started to heal, maybe you've got a boss or a sister or a family member that's a narcissist. Now, a lot of these disarming types of tools are really only meant for short term. They're really only meant for somebody that you're in the vicinity with for a short time to get you through so that you can cope. I think if you're with someone long term, like a relationship that you know you're going to be with them, especially in lockdown, my goodness, I would either grey rock or just go no contact. Trying these tools and these things that we try to do to disarm them, I think would probably exhaust you. And what it also can do, it can also make you feel that you're as bad as them. In short term, we can manage, but in long term, I would go no contact, leave the narcissist, and start your life again, afresh. When we're with a narcissist, we tend to take their insults as an opinion of who we are. Because we can't disassociate. So what we need to do is first, before we use any of these tools, we have to realise that if we are talking to a narcissist or somebody with narcissistic traits even, you've got to dissociate from what they are saying. You've got to realise that what they are saying is not an opinion of you based on experience of you, based on their core, their soul, their pain, their emotions, that you've done to them or that you are this person. You've got to remember that when they call you stupid, when they call you sensitive, when they call you crazy, or say that you've been cheating on them, and they're trying to wind you up and baiting you and calling you all sorts of names, you've got to realise that they're just words. They're just words plucked out of the air to wind you up so that you then react to feed their fuel and give them supply. And I think that's the first thing we have to do, is literally disassociate. Don't react, because their words are not based on the truth, on fact, not even on their opinion, because you are not the person that they're calling you. As soon as we can understand that and get that inside our heads and realise that what they are saying is just words to make us react, because we take them on board, we take them as who we are. So what we do is we try and support ourselves, we try and defend ourselves, we try and say, I'm not that person, why are you calling me stupid? I'm not stupid, I haven't been cheating, why are you saying I'm cheating? We have to remember, first of all, these are projections of themselves. It's projections of who they are. So these are just words, okay? They're not beliefs, they're not opinions, they're words coming from a disordered person that speak these words for us to react, to give them fuel and to supply them. Sometimes when we use tools to disarm people, or we watch videos where it says, you know, how to do this and how to do that, sometimes the tools that we're being told to use or advised or whatever, we feel that we're manipulating. We feel that what we're doing is probably as bad as them. Now, There is some times when we have to do a few things that we may feel uncomfortable with to survive. We may have to just go out of our comfort zones to do something that'll help our sanity. Now, we're not manipulating. We're not as bad as the narcissist. You know, we are not a narcissist by doing these things. We tend to think, oh my goodness, I'm just as bad as they are. No. Obviously, the best thing is to go no contact. And the tools are not rules. They are not rules. So remember that. They're just techniques to help us get by. If you're in the vicinity of a narcissist, like a Christmas party, or you're going to see the boss, or even if you're getting emailed or text, these things are good for those times. Short bursts to get you through a short period with a narcissist. Pick and choose the tools that you use. There's thousands of videos out there with all sorts of tools. You don't have to use every one of them. The tools are there for you to pick the ones that suit you. Once we know the narcissist's words that just come out of their mouths aren't of any meaning. They aren't opinions, they aren't beliefs, they aren't experiences of anything with you. So we need to firstly put that into practice. They're nothing to do with us. What they are to do with is their own disordered self. It's their own lack of self-love. It's their own lack, it's their shame. It's the projections of the hate towards themselves that they're putting onto us. So we need to realise that as well. The words are coming from a disordered person to basically make us feel lower. See, what narcissists do, they will not try and improve themselves. And I've got a saying, narcissists will not try and climb the ladder of improvement. They will just lower the floor. So rather than be a better person, they'll just lower everybody else around them. And this is what this is all about. And once we know this, and once we get it into our heads, that these guys are just out to push our buttons, and everything that comes out of their mouths is a lie. So one of the first things, and I've seen a video on this, and I'm going to link the video down below. Dr. Romani, she did a video on narcissist fluffing. Now, if you know what fluffing means, naughty. If you don't know what fluffing means, good. Now, I obviously know what fluffing means only because I've researched and Googled it, but fluffing is something that they do in the porn movies so that they can get the guys that are about to go on camera ready. There's nothing like an unready person in the porn world. Get my meaning? So this is what fluffing is. It's basically kind of playing with the narcissist to give them what they want, to fluff them, to give them their ego, to give them what they want so they ease off the pressure. Once you do that, once you become their fan, once you start giving them adoration, now it can be pretty bloody painful doing it because we don't like to give anybody adoration. We don't want to ever be grateful or crawl or worship people or even be nice to somebody who's abusive. It makes us feel bad. But again, short term, we can survive. If you're going to do this long term, what you're going to do is just basically support their narkiness. Short term, good. So it's just about giving them an ego boost. Just about replying to them saying, oh, you look nice today. I love that suit. You're very good at your job. Oh, thank you, kind sir. You just need to be polite. And what that does, it feeds them with an ego. So they get their feed in a kind of controlled way and controlled by you. See, if they have to force their fuel or supply from someone, most of the time it's through manipulation. It's through hurt, it's through playing with your emotions, it's through drama, it's through making you cry, get upset, scream, shout and react in a negative way. If you can give them their ego boost and you can control what you give them and you know that you're doing it, then you're in control and they're a happy person because they're getting their feed and you're not being sucked dry in a negative way. But also remember, it's short term. And also remember, these are tools, not rules. So if you're not strong enough, you don't feel like you're on far enough in your healing, or you don't feel that you can do it, or maybe it's just not right for you, don't use them. There's thousands of videos out there with all tools and all types of videos to help you get through the day with a narcissist, and you just pick and choose what works for you. Not every video is suitable for every person or every survivor. So feed them their ego before they take it from you in a negative light. Also, what I want to say is the third thing, second thing, third thing, fourth thing, is when they text you or email you, you have to stop playing ping pong. You have to realise that the conversation that you're having with them by email or text is created and controlled by them. I want you to look out for things when you text somebody, your ex, your boyfriend, a narcissist of any type or shape. Just see how they respond. See, if you ask them a question, they will always generally reply in another question, because what happens is they need to keep the ping pong ball bouncing back and forwards. So if you say to them, why didn't you come home last night? What happened to you? They won't say, oh, I'm sorry, sweetie, I got a flat tire. They'll turn around to you and say, what, you don't trust me? Where did you think I was? Sleeping with another woman? Do you really think I'm going to sleep with another? Do you think that's what I did? And then you have to reply, go, no, because they create a defence in you. So they're not going to admit, even if they just was innocent, even if they just stopped off at Kentucky Fried Chicken and had a meal before they came home, they're not going to say, sorry, sweetie, I just had a quick Kentucky or a McDonald's before I came home and I met John. They're not going to give you a reply, because why? Because that's just going to stop the conversation right there, and you're going to go, okay. They need to have an argument and they need to ping pong. They love the ping pong. So what they'll do is they'll answer you with a question. What's it got to do with you? Why are you asking me that? Don't you trust me? 3 questions in a row. And then you kind of have to defend yourself and go, well, no, it's not what I meant. I just wanted to know why you weren't home on time. And then they'll ask another question. So, you weren't home on time last week. What happened to you? I didn't ask you, did I? Where were you? And this is how a ping pong conversation goes, because they will not take responsibility and stop the ping pong. They want it to continue because they want to see you crawl, and they want to see you jump through their hoops. They want to see you in turmoil, and they love the control. Remember this, guys. So when you see a text message and you know damn well that every time you give them what I call a bullet, they're going to fire it straight back at you, but even harder. So whenever you say, no, that's not what I meant, they'll ask you a question. What did you mean then? What did you mean by that? And then you're going, hang on a minute, this conversation's gone round to me being questioned, not you. And this is how it happens. So guys, when you're next having a text with somebody, your ex, a narcissist, family member, boss, look, stop, breathe, calm emotions down and look at the questions. Look at how they're responding to you. They're responding to you in a way that's not closing the conversation. See, a good person will want you and them to move forwards. Remember that. A good, healthy relationship is about moving forwards, not starting arguments. Because if someone really loves you, why would they want to argue with you? Because that's pushing you further away. Most people that love you, they want you nearer. So again, these texts will be to ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. What about you? You did the same. You never came home last week. What about last month when you did that? They enjoy it, and every time you reply, you're giving them ammunition to respond in a negative way that's going to cause you chaos. So the first thing you can do is just stop responding. And the last thing is another tool. Again, only use this if you feel you can. Only use this if you don't feel uncomfortable and you're healthy enough. I just say it's word salad back at them. It's word salad. Confuse them. Now, I did a video a while ago called Confuse the Narcissist, and I'll just pop it up there. And it's kind of similar. You just need to say something back so that you take control of the conversation, because what you need to do, what we need to do with a narcissist is understand why they're doing things, understand it's coming from a very disordered place, and understand it's not about us. It's their job. It's their job to be that way. And as soon as we can then associate and then stop our emotions from kicking in, we'll be able to cope. So take back the conversation. Say something ridiculous in the conversation. Just say, oh yeah, well, I went yesterday to see the dog round next door's house, and you know, Mary was there, and we were just sort of like, you know, having a cup of tea on the doorstep. And he's going to be like, what's that got to do with... No, I'm just telling you what I did yesterday. And like, well, I didn't ask you what you did yesterday. Okay. Throw them off. It shuts them up. You know, the fact that they want control over everything, and we need to realise this. So just giving them a little bit of word salad back, throwing them off the conversation, taking control of the conversation, just saying something that makes no sense to them. We just give them a little bit of their own medicine. Now, it's not manipulation. It's not the same as them. This is a technique to help us survive. And the main one out of the two of you is you. You don't go around hurting people on purpose like they do. So if you need to use something that they do to you for them to be quiet and just help you get your sanity back. I hope these help, guys, because it is just about knowing what they are and knowing how to respond. We've got to detach our emotions from what they say. We've got to understand that what they say comes from a disordered place, not a place of experience. It's not an opinion, and it's not who you are. We need to give them a little bit of an ego boost just to feed them their fuel that they want, so they don't take it from us in a negative way. Don't play ping pong. Look and read their questions and see that they're actually trying to set you off. Disengage. And if they carry on, give them a little bit of a word salad, confuse them. And that's it. Guys, I hope that's helped. And these are just tools, again, tools, not rules. Please use what you need to use. I don't want anyone to do anything they don't want to do. We don't need to have more problems. We don't want to feel like we're manipulating. But sometimes just a little bit every now and then will just helps us get through a situation. And then the stronger we can get, and when we get our strength back, then we might be able to leave and go no contact for good. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and stay safe. All right, take care, guys. Love you.